Hello everyone, welcome to the list of the top 5 dividend stocks to buy in March 2021. If you're interested in personal finance, investing and wealth building, please hit the like and subscribe buttons as this helps me immensely with the YouTube algorithm. Keep in mind that this channel is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor or a financial planner, and if you need professional advice, speak to a certified professional. When it comes to investing, you should always do your own research and never rely on the advice of some random guy on the internet. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. Number 5 on the list is TROW price, ticker symbol TROW, which I'll refer to as TROW for short. TROW is an international investment management organization. Although they've lost some market share to Vanguard and other index funds, they still have 1.47 trillion assets under management. They operate in North America, Europe, Middle East and Africa, and the Asia-Pacific regions. Their services include mutual funds, sub-advisory services, account management, retire plans, and financial intermediaries. They simultaneously serve both individual and institutional investors. At the time I'm shooting this video, TROW price is trading at $162.38 with a P ratio of 16.25. They have a payout ratio of 35.47%, which is right within the 30 to 60% range we're usually looking at, and they have a 5-year dividend growth rate of 70.07%. TROW is a dividend aristocrat, as they've been growing their dividend for 35 consecutive years, and the stock currently has a 2.33% dividend yield. Regarding analysts' rating, the company is now a moderate buy. The company is also currently trading at a discount at $162 per share, below the average analyst's price target of $175 per share. Although TROW is not a growth company like the Amazons and the Teslas of the world, it's a great company for you if you want an increasing and safe dividend yield over the next years. At number 4, we have IBM, ticker symbol IBM. The IBM stock price has been declining for the past 10 years. This, in combination with the increasing compensation package for the former CEO, resulted in a change of management in April 2020. Arvind Krishna replaced Ginni Rometty, promising a new era for IBM transitioning into hybrid cloud computing. Hybrid cloud computing refers to a process of utilizing both public and private clouds, drawing from the advantages of both options, increasing privacy and reducing costs. IBM has taken 2 important steps in this trajectory. The first being their partnership with Palantir. Through this partnership, their aim is to merge AI, hybrid cloud computing, and data management. They also acquired Red Hat to help them compete with AWS, Azure, and the Google Cloud, as well as other companies. Despite IBM's past performance as a stock, it still remains a company with a great moat. Keep in mind that 90% of all credit card transactions run through an IBM terminal. Also, with clients such as Bank of America, ExxonMobil, and Verizon, who would be reluctant to switch their provider for various reasons ranging from security to costs, IBM looks like it's here to stay. The company currently trades at $123.60. This gives us a P ratio of 19.87 and a payout ratio of 58.53, placing the company just below the upper limit. They have a 5-year dividend growth rate of 30.20%, and they've been increasing their dividend for 21 consecutive years, placing them on their way to becoming dividend aristocrats. What's fascinating about this metric is that despite the company's past performance in the last 10 years, they kept increasing their dividend payments. Some could argue that this money could better be used for growth purposes. However, we're currently evaluating IBM as a dividend-paying stock, and the company that's willing to keep paying and keep increasing their dividends over its roughest patches is a company I can rely on for some dividend income. The current dividend yield for IBM is 5.39%. Analysts are also rating IBM as a moderate buy, as the company is currently trading at a discount around $10 below the average analyst's price target. At number 3, we have Cardinal Health, ticker symbol CAH. Cardinal Health is a wholesale and medical service distributor, focusing mainly on medical equipment distribution. This kind of company has been criticized as an unnecessary middleman who will be obsolete in the coming years. However, after a series of acquisitions, they managed to increase the revenue by 5% in Q4 2020. Cardinal Health is currently trading at $52.24 per share with a PE ratio of only 11.1. They have a payout ratio of 32.42% and a 5-year dividend growth rate of 28.95%. Cardinal Health is a dividend aristocrat as they've been increasing their dividend for 34 consecutive years. Their current yield is 3.73%. Analysts are also rating Cardinal Health as a buy, as the company is trading well below the average analyst's price target of $62 per share. At number 2, we have Johnson & Johnson, another healthcare company. They make pharmaceuticals, over-the-counter products such as band-aids and shampoos, as well as medical devices. Johnson & Johnson was founded in 1986 and became public in 1944. It's the second time we've featured J&J in this list, so I won't bore you with many details. The most prominent news about the company is that their vaccine has been approved. Let's hear it from this board member.
Professor and a former FDA commissioner who sits on the board of Johnson & Johnson. Doctor, it's good to see you on this Friday night. What does this mean now for the overall vaccine question?
Well, thank you, Scott. It's a huge step, both for saving lives and for getting beyond the pandemic here in the United States and around the world. This is a vaccine that's one shot, can be used more easily in a lot of settings. So it's going to make a big difference if the FDA acts on its advisory committee's recommendations, which could happen as soon as tomorrow. There will be more shots in arms next week.
Sounds like, though, from Meg's reporting that we're going to have to wait a while for Johnson & Johnson to be able to ramp all of this up.
There is going to be a ramp-up period, so 4 million doses expected next week, going higher during the month of March, with 20 million doses delivered by the end of March. And so that's 20 million people fully vaccinated, since it's just one dose for the vaccine. And Scott, that's coming on top of some expansions in the supply from the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines. They're expecting close to 100 million doses. That, it's a 2-dose vaccine. But that altogether means that we could get to as many as 100 million people or more vaccinated by the end of March here in the United States. That's going to take really ramping up our ability to get the vaccines into people's arms throughout the country, much higher level than we've done so far, but a big step forward on addressing the pandemic.
The J&J vaccine has 3 main benefits according to analysts. Firstly, it only requires 1 dosage compared to the 2-dosage vaccines made by Pfizer, Moderna, and other companies. Secondly, it can be stored in conventional freezers. And thirdly, J&J is a massive multinational company with operations in the US, Europe, and Asia. This means that they not only can produce the vaccines in the countries in which it's needed, but also that they have the scale to distribute it. J&J is currently trading at $162 per share with a PE ratio of 29.55. They have a payout ratio of 42.5% and a 5-year dividend growth rate of 34.92%. J&J is a dividend king, as they've been increasing their dividend for 59 consecutive years, and their payout ratio is on the lower end of the range we're usually looking at. It's one of the favorite companies of dividend investors, with a current dividend yield of 2.48%. Analysts are also recommending a buy for the company, with the stock trading $23 below the analyst's average price target. At number 1, we have another pharmaceuticals company, ABBV. ABBV is a company that Warren Buffett added in Berkshire Hathaway's Q3 2020 portfolio, and he built on that position in Q4 2020. They spun off from Abbott Labs in 2013, and they're primarily active in immunology and oncology drugs. Some of their products that I'm hoping you've never heard of are Humira, a drug for rheumatoid arthritis, which is on the way to becoming the best-selling drug ever produced, Imbruvica, a cancer drug, as well as Botox, which they got through the acquisition of Allergan and currently has a 66% market share. AbbVie is currently trading at $108 per share with a PE ratio of 39.64. They have a payout ratio of 41.98% and a 5-year dividend growth rate of 133.66%. Including their time being part of Abbott Labs, they've been increasing their dividend for 49 consecutive years, putting them only 1 year away from becoming a dividend king. Currently, AbbVie has a dividend yield of 4.55%. The analyst's recommendation for AbbVie is a buy, as the company is trading below the $100 than $20 per share, which is the average analyst's price target. This was the list of the 5 best dividend stocks to buy now in March 2021. Let me hear what are your best stock picks and if you agree with mine. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button, as this helps me immensely with the YouTube algorithm. Until we meet again, don't stop investing.